Hello, this is Artifact 8, Standard 4.1, Criterion 12, Collaborating with Other Educators. Dedicating planning time to collaborate with colleagues to create authentic learning experiences that leverage technology. For this particular artifact, I'm sharing with you the Read to Grow initiative that my students and I learned about regarding elevating Lexile levels and reading literacy at the elementary school level. Bartow County began this initiative in 2018 at 4 of our elementary schools with a goal to increase literacy. The major goal is for all students to be reading on grade level by 3rd grade. This was an opportunity to have volunteers from around the county come into the schools, read with the children, and provide an authentic learning experience with other stakeholders rather than just within the school. My Engaged Learning project is what I developed for my students to work to create an original storybook after collaborating with elementary school teachers to identify core areas of need via an online story maker. Stories were published to our learning management system, Schoology, where elementary students could read their original works and be encouraged to continue writing an additional continuation of their favorite. My students were paired with specific elementary students in classes and read their works via Teams. They spoke to the students about the writing process and the importance of reading and writing. This project was truly the epitome of authenticity for my students. They were publishing narratives, collaborating with real educators, and focusing on authentic needs for cultural differences within their own community. Students and myself worked to collaborate with colleagues from around the county to ensure the needs of the specific students in the elementary school were met. Unfortunately, I do not have access to the specific artifact logs that students collected, but myself and my students worked to determine which elementary school teachers would establish those relationships and rapport with our students through the use of a questionnaire as well as this log to document their communication. Artifact 8 is Standard 4.3, Criterion 14, facilitating students virtually in meetings with experts or other students. I was also to use collaborative tools to expand students' authentic real-world learning experiences by engaging virtually with experts, teams, and students, locally and/or globally. I chose to work with my expert in the field of elementary school teachers, where students and myself collaborated via teams to strategize which subject area, content, and cultural aspects would need to be included within their stories. We utilize teams for the reading of the stories for students to be in an authentic or to create their work for an authentic audience, and making sure reading engagement was fostered and literacy was at the forefront. Artifact number 8 is over Standard 4.4, Criterion 15, demonstrating effective communication with all student supporters. Also demonstrating cultural competency when communicating with students, parents, and colleagues, and interact with them as co-collaborators in student learning. For this artifact, I am showing you some specific ways in which I communicate with students and stakeholders in the classroom. I use our learning management system, Schoology, for messaging, as well as updates on the home page. So you can see this in the artifacts on your right. I also use the app Remind to send information home to both parents and students as reminders. And then, of course, we use emails to speak to parents, counselors, other stakeholders for children. Lastly, Artifact 8 also shows Standard 5.2 Criterion 17, which is illustrating how I align to content area standards by designing authentic learning activities that are also aligned with content area standards and utilize digital tools and resources to maximize active, deep learning. The standards were specific to ELA 9 through 10 standards from the Department of Education for Georgia. I've also included strategies and standards which align to digital media usage for reflecting, for interacting, for being able to collaborate virtually, and using technology as best as possible. Here you will see how those standards specifically are aligned to the Read to Grow project for my students.